Thank you for joining us today on a session with Jimmy. Um, I know that many of you haven't heard from Jimmy in a while, and he's had quite a difficult year. In the past year, I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing with you, but it will explain a lot of what we were working on today. He's had some losses in his family, and we believe it's not been. We believe that his one of his sisters had died from COVID-19 prior to the actual outbreak. She had a very bad virus and issues with her breathing, and then within a few days she was gone. I mean, it just happened very, very quickly. So before we even knew about it, that happened, I kind of, ran it by some people, and then it sounded pretty much, what many people suffered from. And then right around the same time, soon after that, he lost another relative, a brother, and then recently another sister is in the hospital. So some people get very targeted. I just try to help them figure out what exactly, if it's truly their time to go, then that'd be one thing, but it just seems kind of odd, everyone, so many passing at this time, and I'm just, trying very hard to disentangle whatever it is that we need to disentangle. So this is the beginning of a series of short sessions that I did with him, and we had some discussions trying to locate and identify what some of our entanglements are, and it turns out that I'm involved as well, and we do the work together. So this is the part of it, and then I'll try to explain a bit as we go on each session that I do with him. So this is 3 sessions together, 3 short ones.
Okay, so what we saw was I was looking at your sister, and there was a woman that had like some kind of cape with a hood, and I knew it was a nun who had a child with a priest. They found out, and she got killed, and the child got killed as well, and she was clinging to your sister since she was in early elementary school, which you can that she went to Catholic school. And then we saw this man who had sort of shoulder-length hair, wavy, and was also, dressed up like in the 1800s. I couldn't figure out who he was, and I felt like something was blocking me, like lead, and it turned out to be Azrael. And then my arm started having this really strange feeling, my right arm, and then some kind of sheet music came out of my arm that looked like it was put together. It was written in charcoal, but it had like kind of an old looking paper, like a brown, almost like a slightly beige looking paper. It wasn't white like our paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it was rolled up and it looked like it was dusty, like from the charcoal.
Yeah, they didn't use paper that way back then, Jess.
They didn't use regular white paper, yeah.
Right.
And then I saw a pen, like not a quill pen, but like those pens that you use for like pen and ink.
Yeah.
Dip into the inkwell.
Yeah.
And that came out of my arm as well. It was really weird. And my arm was still feeling a little strange. But it turned out that it was Mobius. You look like Colonel Sanders. And I saw your sister holding your arm, your left arm, like you were walking together with her, and she was your mother.
Oh.
I thought that was interesting.
Wow. could my aunt that was a nun be involved with this somehow?
No, I understand why you're asking, but no.
Okay, yeah, I just was
Still
wondering
feels weird.
go any
I think
further.
there's, hold on, there's still something wrong with what Azrael did. He is a real, yeah, and then we saw him. He was over by what looked like a, what did I say it was? A mine shaft, and he was falling down the mine shaft. Oh, it's still happening.
And he was cursing us.
He was cursing us, yeah.
And he's Archangel, right?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
case anybody, might be listening doesn't know that. He's still falling?
There's this white, like, handkerchief that came out of my arm.
Hmm.
That's so weird.
What part of your arm is it coming out of? Like the shoulder area or upper part or lower part?
Oh, I see. All right, so I was where I could see my outfit. I had this like almost beige colored white shirt, had a little bit of some kind of lace on the wrist that sort of fitted in the arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then over that was like some kind of burgundy velvet kind of jacket. And I was wearing a dress that goes all the way down to my feet. It was very simple looking, like conservative, but everything was sort of this beige color. And then there was maybe some navy blue, like you know how they have those dresses and then they have like a little, like another layer of the dress over, and then it's kind of fits at the waist, and then there was some kind of jacket.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the jacket is where I slid this sheet music that I think was encoded, and then I had the pen and the handkerchief all within the same kind of sleeve. Um, I could see a carriage. I think I was in some kind of espionage or some kind of spying.
Hmm. And I see you never got rid of that sandstone thing.
No, I haven't gotten rid of that yet.
Remember that was we thought that might be connected to, was it Zeus? Or not Zeus? Our last session.
Yep.
Remember there was a
Yeah, no, Poseidon.
Poseidon. Right.
Mhm. Yep. Hold on, let me just get through this and see who I'm, because I feel like I'm hanging out with like some, it's like a corporate guy, very, very wealthy.
Hmm.
And I was working in a mill, and they were making, there was some kind of clothing mill, and I was working on clothing and style designs, something. And he came in to look around, and for some reason, I don't know, he kind of came in like he was just an average person, and I gave him a tour around, and it turned out that he bought it. But he was just like looking around, like acting like it was inconspicuous. Kind of was wearing a hat, and he tipped his hat down so people wouldn't recognize him, but I didn't know who he was. And so he said, "Why don't you just go for a walk with me, and we'll act like we're friends." And I held on to his arm, and we walked through I just told everyone it was a friend of mine, and I'm hearing them say, "Oh, he looks dapper." Um, and then he ends up buying the place. I didn't know who he was, and he approaches me or has me go up to his office. And we had never met the owner, so we didn't know who the owner was. And then I see him sitting at this desk, and he asked me to do this favor for him. and I would transfer information, and then there was coded messages and this sheet music.
Huh.
And you worked for him as well on a ship. He would take your ship every now and then and go to different places, or he would have you deliver things, and some of it was like moonshine and some other types of. This is weird, huh?
This is Azrael.
No, I'm thinking this is one of the guys from Mobius.
Oh, okay. Notice my video isn't being messed with anymore.
Oh, okay. Now that we got rid of Azrael.
Yeah, and the Pleiadians and that female. Did you see any more of those beings that we saw last time? That you saw under her bed and they were being cleared. Took a
Those are
long time.
gone. Yeah, those are definitely gone. Your sister's wearing this dress. It looks like it's sort of burgundy too, and it's got like navy pinstripe. And she's really proud of you because you have this ship, and then every couple of years you get a bigger one
And she
because
was
she
my
was
mother. You
she
said
was
she
your
was
mother.
back then.
Yeah,
Damn, crazy. No wonder she was always kind of bossy. I mean, I was her big brother, but she always acted like she was the mother because my mom wasn't really around much.
yeah. She's
We,
wearing like her hair up in a bun. It's like medium brown. It's or a light brown, and she has it pulled up in a bun, and then she has this little hat kind of on top of her head and some bangs. And you look older than she does, and I don't know why.
well, I am older than she is, but maybe not back then. I
But
know.
I think it's that you got prematurely gray, and she didn't look gray. Like maybe you took after your dad. I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Hmm.
Faith still looks youthful.
Wow.
I think she had you at a young age.
Well, all this must be connected to why she's kind of been staying in the same place, not progressing, not getting better, just not having anything really done to alleviate what the problem is, because she had all these entanglements and entities around her.
I'm
And she's been
trying to figure out, yeah, what is holding her in this place. It's like she can't move.
and she's been carrying this since she was a young child. Wow. Whew. And this must have been right around the time when all three of us had that incident in Lake Michigan too. That was 62.
All right, so let me just follow this thread and see where it brings me.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure who am I dropping this stuff off for? Who do I? Oh, I don't think I ever got to drop it off because Azrael had me killed
Ah,
at a dock.
back then, you mean?
Yeah,
Huh.
trying to see what happened.
You must think he owns you or something, Tess, and me too. The way he just runs roughshod over us.
Well, we made the deal with this guy, this corporate guy, so it made us vulnerable.
But we sold our souls to him?
I don't know if we sold our souls to him, but we definitely, kind of were willing to do what he wanted us to do. And I'm trying to see what was in that sheet music and what they wanted, what they were actually doing. I
Well,
mean, you were kind of delivering stuff that was, kind of decadent.
yeah. We willingly went along with it, whatever. He didn't force us. We agreed to it.
Well, at first we agreed to it, and then it became uncomfortable.
Hmm. We knew there was
There
something wrong.
might have even been a slave transport that you did for him, and he did it for as a favor for someone else that was wealthy.
And we went along with it for a while and then didn't feel right about it.
It got well, we got And it was compromising.
Yeah. Well, I know I wouldn't feel
Oh,
comfortable with
geez.
running slaves.
All right, now I know why Azrael wanted to kill me.
Why?
It's because in that document that I had, that sheet music,
Uh-huh.
it was the music that they would play to cover up for uh, it would be like one of those saloons type of places,
Mm-hmm.
and or those like, yeah, but a little bit more fancy than a saloon, and they would hand the music to the one that would play was playing the piano, singing, and they would play that at that time. When they would play that music, that's when they would kill somebody.
Uh,
It was something like that. It was the sheet music represented something. I'm trying to figure out why it was done in the way it was done. Um, and once they were finished playing that music, they would erase it. They would get rid of it. That's why it was done. They could smudge it.
like getting rid of the evidence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like they would have the name of the person or, whatever they were going to do. Sometimes they would even put the name of the person in the song, like their first name or something.
Mm-hmm. Like a death march or something.
Yeah, well, that's what you just said is a confirmation exactly what Peter was saying today, because the name of the owner of Mobius is Mark, and he says it's like putting a mark on somebody.
Hmm.
And you just said it, death mark.
Well, I said death march, like
Oh,
the
okay.
music. Like the music was a death march.
Oh, okay. So I heard
That's,
Mark.
yeah. But I mean, it triggered that in you, so it gave you some
Yeah,
insight.
same thing. Yeah, yeah. Death march is like a death mark.
Yeah.
So as when I went over to the dock and I was going to hand this off to somebody, Azrael knew that that music was for him, and that that was going to determine his death. And it's like he had an insider that knew what was going on, that tipped him off, and they told him, that I was the one that delivered it.
Hmm.
So he kind of grabbed a hold of me, tied my hands and my feet, and threw me in the water.
That's how he killed you. Huh? Hmm.
Then he got on your boat.
Did I know he did that to you?
No,
Oh, because you said we knew each other back then. Were we friends?
yeah, we were friends.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was really weird
So how does this relate to? So what is she? How's she related to this?
because he went to talk to you. Actually, he was watching and he noticed that you were looking for me because I was supposed to be on the boat, and he was waiting to see who was waiting for me. And when he figured out that you were waiting for me, and then he did something to, like, put some arsenic or something in a drink.
To get to me.
Yeah, he couldn't take you out because he figured that they would go after him.
Plus, I was doing his bidding, so
Um, that was the Mobius guy, but not Azrael.
oh, oh,
Azrael had some other interests. I don't know if he was involved with another like wealthy corporation or something else, but he was kind of in the mix there.
sounds like we might have been more than friends there too.
Yeah, you knew each other. but you didn't really like him, but you had to be careful with people.
No, I'm talking about you and me.
Yeah, yeah, you were worried about me. You knew I was supposed to be on the boat.
But I mean, it sounds like possibly we were more than friends at that point, too.
Um, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, just the way you described it, it sounded like there may have been more to it than just a friendly relationship.
I think that I was bewitched by that corporate guy.
Oh,
You know what
the
I mean?
the Mobius dude.
Yeah, and that I was pretty much because of they knew that there was a connection that I was hands off. Like nobody really approached me that way.
Mm-hmm. Starting to get hot around here now. Got up to 83 today.
Wow.
But hey, look at this, May 24th. That's how long it took for it to get summer like.
Yep.
What's the weather like there?
It was a little cool today, and I heard that there was some kind of weird blackout in China. They were talking about the Communist Party was discussing something, and the sky turned black and around 3 in the afternoon,
Hmm.
and had some kind of weird lightning storm. Um, so I think he took out someone that you cared about. So I'm just want to make sure that there isn't a curse on her from him.
Right.
He's calling her Gladys.
Gladys.
Yeah,
But that was her name back then?
yeah, it must have been.
Huh. Can't say we have any Gladyses in the family.
Something like Mumford or Mulford or something like that.
That as her last name? Mumford?
Mumford or Mulford.
Huh. Yeah, we got to get her the fuck out of that hospital.
Yeah, I think she died in her sleep.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it could be that her if she's poisoned. What's the effect of arsenic poisoning? Let me just say if
Uh,
she has some of those symptoms.
well, I'm not sure, but I know they use that on rats, and I thought I heard somewhere that it makes them bleed out of all their orifices.
Vomiting and
Vomiting.
pain. Yeah, she wouldn't have slept, that's for sure. So it must have been something else.
I've been sending her healing too, Jess, but it sounds like it's been interfered with.
All right, so I'm going to ask to undo all of these things as if Azrael was never there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to break ties with this guy, this owns this corporation.
Mobius
Yeah, yeah, he's connected to Mobius. I'm going to break all ties, vows, contract, and I
agreements.
want you to do the same.
All right. With the guy named Mark, did you say his name was?
This Mobius guy, yeah.
Or with the whole corporation?
With the whole corporation, whatever deal that we made in that lifetime. So we'll just do it silently, okay?
Okay.
And on the behalf of your sister, break ties.
Okay.
Geez, an aspect of her soul just went back into her body now.
Oh, cool.
There's like a soul piece there. And you and I got a soul piece back. Wow,
Cool.
it's just freaking me out. And anyone else that's trapped there, I'm asking that they're released from that space.
Anyone else entangled in this mess
Yeah,
are also released, cleared, unentangled. So you saw that work just like that, huh?
mm-hmm.
Wow. I think we don't have power. and abilities.
Okay, let me see. I'm going to ask to have any of the staff that is dishonest to clear any entities or attachments to them. Anyone in the hospital.
The hospital staff?
Yeah, and all the people that are working in these hospitals, they ask to have them cleared.
Yes.
Not just that hospital, but all the hospitals, so that they can have some compassion and kindness, and that whoever is dictating any type of cruelty towards the people, I ask that that's shifted, and these people are protected.
And I support that fully. Is Poseidon connected to this also? Because he was the last time we talked.
I don't see him there.
Okay, because we had him pulled out, but I just wanted to make sure he wasn't returning or
Yep.
trying to get back into it. Wasn't happy either. But we forgot to include the Pleiadians too.
Yeah. Break ties with the Pleiadians, and
Mm-hmm.
the Pleiadians that were trying to control your sister. I'm going to do the same thing myself.
Okay. All right. We can't let them off the hook.
No. You know what's really weird is I remember talking to Poe. He was giving me some information about this story called Juno, and I had to rewrite it because it didn't make any sense to me. And I put in this statement of single serve piano, and I'm wondering if this is where I got that from. Single serve piano. It was almost like sarcasm, and I was like, well, what does that mean? And now I'm looking at it is the sheet music, and kind of being the death of an individual.
You have some insight into it now
Yeah.
after this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost like he made me like an accomplice to the death by just bringing that sheet music there. That's crazy.
Wow.
And it was in the story, and I'm like, it was like in the intro of it, and it was confusing to me about this whole story. But it was not related to, it was like related to um, Alaska, Alaska, or so still I'm not really sure what maybe that's going to reveal at some point. But that's one of those stories that I just, it's been over time that I start to figure out what Poe was trying to show me and some of the things that had happened.
Well, I'm glad I could help you with your mission and your issues too, Jess, because you sure
Well,
as hell helped me. So
it's entangled. It's the same thing. It's essentially both of us were there,
yeah.
but it's one of those like hidden realities. It wasn't a regular timeline reality. It's very weird.
So has it been revealed to you that you needed to work with me? Like it was a good thing for us to come together and start working together and doing what we do.
Mm-hmm.
It's been you've been told that it was a good thing that happened for both
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, definitely,
Because
definitely.
there's been a lot of unpleasant um, lifetimes and incidences and occurrences we've had, both of us in our many lifetimes. But I mean, there's also been a lot of entanglements and curses and things that have happened to us that we maybe didn't even remember or needed to be cleared. And now that we're bringing them back up again, they are being cleared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Man,
yeah, definitely.
sounds like you got even more than me too.
Geez, well, in this one, usually I don't see my own stuff, because he's
Yeah.
not related to me. But in this one, all three of us are related.
Okay, so this part is what you heard is related to this connection of Mobius opened up, and I believe that when things start coming up, then you can actually go in and do the work and kind of release yourself from the situation if there's any karma going on at the time. And we find this really weird scenario of this sheet music that I find, and I discovered that I was actually hired by this man that was running this corporation, which I believe is reminded me very much of that Mark Mobius, who literally came into this place and then he wanted to kind of check it out and then purchased it, and then before you know it, I'm working for him. And also there's it's kind of a few different people that we're trying to figure out who they are and identify them. And one is that Jimi, who looks like what I call Colonel Sanders, like Colonel Sanders. It's like a restaurant chain in the U.S. For those of you that don't recognize what it is. It's a guy that has very white hair and kind of a white goatee and has a very distinct look about him. Wears this white outfit and with a little tie around his neck, rather not like a bow tie, but a specific tie that they used to use. And Jimi sort of looks like that on like a riverboat of some sort. And so I see myself traveling on this boat frequently. The sister that's not feeling well is on the boat as his mother, and she's there with him. And I'm then handing over the sheet music, but the sheet music is related to this incident, this way of targeting someone and killing them. And for whatever reason, it's related to gambling or related to some type of underground activities. And so somehow I get hooked into something and I don't know how to get out. And so there's karma there I have to resolve, and I'm watching the whole thing play out. What's really weird is that at the same time I start to have conversations with Rocco Fowler, who I just recently did a show with, and he mentioned something about, he just randomly said, Preston Nichols, I see Preston Nichols playing the piano. And, because we opened this very thing up, that he was picking it up too. And we had a discussion, it was right around the same time. And so now I start to see that maybe this is how I know Preston Nichols, is maybe from this earlier lifetime. Not to say that I don't know him from Montauk in some way. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I haven't fully discovered exactly what that is. But I do see that I know him from this timeline, and whether this is a parallel or during our timeline here. And he's the one that plays the music. I'm the one that delivers the music, and then Jimi's the one that is also doing some kind of deals as well as bringing me back and forth on this riverboat. So the whole thing is very strange. It's very convoluted. It sort of comes together that way. And I guess that's for that part. And then we have another section that's coming up. So you can go ahead and listen to that, and I'll give you another overview.
Rocco Fowler, I mentioned him when we were looking at your family.
Yeah.
And then he said to me, I see Preston Nichols playing the piano. And he just said that randomly. I said, you're kidding me. I said, because we remember I had that piano thing where I
Yeah.
would hand over the sheet music to the piano guy. It was
Yeah.
probably him.
Hmm.
I'm thinking let's do another. Let's take another look and yeah, see how this goes.
What are you taking a look at?
Whatever, if Mobius is involved with his sister being sick and me being drained
Oh, okay.
physically, I feel like the whole army against me. And it probably is, but because they get nothing better to do. They don't go after the criminals, they go after people like me.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah,
So go ahead, Jess. Do whatever you got to do to take a look at this. Let's
okay.
let's take care of it. I'm
I just
recording.
saw the Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, I'm
It's weird. Peter brought that up.
I'm recording this, by the way.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
looks like Mercury in it.
Mercury.
Yeah, I mean, I literally saw like a triangle shape in the ocean, and then like the size and scale of Bermuda Triangle, and then I saw this. It's like Mercury in the water.
Oh, you mean the chemical or the substance mercury or the
Yeah.
planet?
Or there's something else there. No, not the planet.
Oh, okay.
It's almost like there's a field. There's something that is energetically changed.
Hmm. Was that positive?
No, it's negative.
I mean, the you said it was energetically changed. It was in you saying it was negatively changed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me just follow this and see what this is.
okay, go ahead.
Looks like some kind of pillar. I don't know. It might be the Atlanteans. They're taking it.
This is good.
All right, just went in the water.
The Pacific, I mean the Atlantic.
Yep.
It,
Yeah, there
it,
was someone behind you actually.
ooh,
He had sort of like he looked like a djinn.
whoa. We've had some experiences with them before. Okay, so
Yep.
well, what is he gone now?
Yeah, I just had him removed.
What was the purpose of that? What was going on there? What?
Oh, geez.
Man,
A whole bunch of that sheet music showed up by your feet.
at my feet,
Yeah.
that music that they were pulling out of your arm the other day,
They're like
yesterday.
a bunch of scrolls. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, well, in my sleeve, actually. It's so weird.
right.
That must
What?
be all the people that got killed. They're trying to hold us responsible for it. Wait a second.
Fuck that.
Well, we can ask for if we did anything wrong karmically, we should ask for forgiveness.
Right. But that would that would say that we did it knowingly, and I can't imagine either one of us doing anything harmful knowingly. So we were deceived probably or mind controlled. We have to do anything here?
I'm just going to see. All right, those scrolls are removed now.
What were those scrolls doing at my
Well, they were
feet?
saying, pretty much telling us that they were holding us responsible. Remember, you were doing deals with Mobius at the time,
Hmm.
and we never quite cleared the karma.
Oh, okay. Do we need to do
Uh,
something to further?
Yeah, ask your Your other sister, their karma cleared, yeah.
All right.
It's like a micro reality. Not just her, it might be the area. You said she's in Florida? No, no,
No,
the
no.
other sister's in Florida.
Yeah. Is in D.C., but she lives in Virginia, which is
Hmm.
right in the same area. What'd you say that was? Micro what?
It's a micro reality, but it's the one in Florida
Reality.
that's around, but it's affecting your other sister. It's weird.
Mm, like a parallel.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can get that fully off of her. Okay. Um, there's a reaper by her, left of her.
Oh my
I
God.
tell him to go.
Get out of here, Reaper.
You know what's really weird? I just saw a bunch of water around, almost like she was had the ocean around her or Neptune.
I think that's related to uh we had that encounter with who was it? A water god or
Poseidon.
yeah.
Yeah, it was around your sister. Let me see if I can get it all pulled out because what's really weird is we went from Atlantis
So
and now we're looking at all this water.
is it related to Poseidon?
Yeah, and maybe that's what's causing the fluid in her body.
Oh, okay.
So they're removing it.
Good. Thank you. Whoever's doing that. Thank you. She has no idea what's going on with her, man. I mean, jeez.
I just saw Mengele around you.
Well, okay. What is your deal, Mangala? What do you want?
You want? Why don't you disentangle from him? He's gonna have permission around your family.
Okay, I cut all vowels.
That's from that stupid abduction thing that you went through.
Oh, I break all vows, contracts, agreements, oaths, blood oaths, any connection whatsoever to Dr. Joseph Mengele, also known as Dr. Green, in any dimension, time stream, in between, parallel pocket universe, in between, uh, quantum space, and I thank thee for it is done, and I know it. Now leave me alone, Mengele, and my family.
And there goes Maria Orsic again.
She was connected to him. One
Yep,
of the one of the real girls.
yep. Mind controlled by him.
Mm.
That makes sense. That totally makes sense.
He's the one that stole her from me,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
On that
I
mountain.
mean, she's a shell of nothing at this point. I mean, he probably just completely puppeted her. That
Mm.
makes sense to me. How she was able to do some of the things she did.
So did I break the vows and contracts with him? I thought I had already
Yep.
done that, but okay.
It says, I guess you have to do it because we're lifting different uh, pocket realities or something.
Yeah. Well, it keeps coming up. I mean, what's your deal, Mangala? Why don't you just leave us the fuck alone? All of us. We don't need you.
You did that with Maria as well, didn't you?
Um, well, I will. I thought I did, but okay, I'll do it again. I break all vows, contracts, agreements, oaths, blood oaths, any connection whatsoever to Maria Orsic and the real girls. I thank thee. In any dimension, time stream, in between, parallel, um, quantum space, and I thank thee for it is done, and I know it. And all of you Nazis, leave me alone.
I think this is good.
Yeah, man.
It could have been that whole that spacecraft did that with Mengele. They just messed up a whole bunch of stuff around you, like they did with me.
When they abducted
And
me
they
in
abducted you, and
2001.
then when I looked at it, yeah,
Mm.
they
Yeah,
came against us again.
they saw you looking at it,
Yep, that's all it takes.
and they didn't like that because they knew you would tell me. Those motherfuckers. Jeez. We're done with you. All of
Yep.
you. Forever. Leave us
Mhm.
alone. We don't ever want you popping up with involved with us ever again.
We do not consent or agree with any of your agendas.
No. And they need to be taken to the higher court right
You
now.
do not have permission to be in our space, and we're asking to have them extracted completely forever off the planet.
Along with Azrael, and taken to the higher court
Yep.
for trial and
The whole
conviction.
spacecraft, realistic, Mengele,
Nazis.
everyone
Maria.
involved. Yep.
Yeah, Maria.
Whatever Poseidon had there by your other sister,
Yeah,
Mobius.
Monarch. That's
There's
everyone.
someone there with white eyes. Who the heck is that?
Where?
He's
Around
got
me?
blonde hair and white eyes.
Around me?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Who is it? You gotta go. You're not welcome
Kind
here.
of zombie, like a zombie.
Get the fuck out of here. Bye. Wherever you are, get away from me.
You don't have permission to be there.
Nope. You gotta go. You can go along with the rest of them
Yep.
to the higher court. Yes. Damn. What the fuck? What's up? Am
I
I
don't
that
know.
dangerous? Shit, I've never considered myself dangerous, but somebody does.
I have no idea. I have no idea. This is the weirdest thing.
Somebody considered me dangerous because look at all this shit they're sending at me. And you, of course.
Yep.
I want to be clear. I want to be free. I want to be sovereign. Can't mind control me anymore.
Nope.
Is this helping too?
Yeah. Definitely helping her.
Okay.
Even if, like you said, like I said earlier, if it's her time, she won't have all this baggage. But either way, she'll benefit.
Right. Because she can't take this stuff with her anyway, even if she's going.
No, she's not supposed to be dealing with this. There's a giant. Gee.
Red hair?
Nope. Around here.
Okay, where is this giant? Around me?
Pulled him out. They pulled him out.
Where was he?
He was in your room.
Damn, this room isn't big enough for a giant. Wow.
Energetically, he was there.
Wow. Yes.
It was weird.
What the fuck, man? What's going on? What was his purpose? What was he trying to do?
They're mad at us because we closed a portal.
Okay. I like it when they get mad at us. Because that means we're doing good. But what was that giant trying? He was trying to mind control
He's
or.
protesting that we had closed something.
Hmm. Sorry about that, dude.
Yep.
What is that? A fallen angel or a Nephilim or what?
Yeah, like a Nephilim.
Hmm.
Oh, there's Azrael.
Ah, damn! He keeps popping up. He needs to go. Yes, he's another one like Mangala. Got to go.
Yeah.
All he does is cause problems. If you can't get it together, Azrael, you got to go. And obviously you can't get it together, so bye. Hmm.
I want you to say I'm asking to be released of Azrael, and that if I had ever helped him when I shouldn't have, I asked to be forgiven for that. I think that's why he's tangled with you. You helped him.
I asked to be released from any entanglements with Azrael, Archangel Azrael, and any dimension time stream in between, parallel pocket universe in between, quantum space, and I thank thee. It's done, and I know it. It was unwitting. I didn't mean to be involved with such a being. That work?
Yep.
Ugh, I am sick of him popping up every time I turn around. He's got to stay away from me and you.
Do you want to do me one more favor? And then I think this should do it. I want
Exactly.
you to break ties with the Arcturians,
Okay.
or the bad Arcturians.
Okay. I break all vows, contracts, agreements, oaths, blood oaths with the bad Arcturians in any dimension, time stream, in between, parallel pocket universe, in between, quantum space, and I thank thee for it's done, and I know it. What happened there, Jess? Did that just pop up? The Arcturians?
Yeah.
Am
Yeah.
I
Just
connected? How am I connected to them? I have incarnation with the Arcturians, or
looks like Mobius was working with them.
oh, wow.
Okay, so in part two, we start to go into a place that looks like the Bermuda Triangle, and it's really weird. It's very, very strange. I see Mercury and some other things. It seems like it's probably for the listener. It's all over the place. Unfortunately, that's sort of the way it is. Different things pop up, and then you have to sort out and figure out what direction that you're going into. Um, I didn't mention earlier about the book Juno that I wrote out of my book, or the story Juno that I wrote in my book Macabre. And, I talked about this whole single serve piano, which I actually pulled from the story. I didn't want to have it in the story because it didn't make any sense. But Edgar Allan Poe was trying to tell me something about, all of these stories lead to something that need to be resolved. And we're pretty much gone through most of it. And as I'm going through most of it, I'm seeing that the story of Juno in particular is about how people are harming the earth, and then there was some issues about them creating going in and drilling holes for oil and affecting it, which we kind of went through with this book was written before the whole thing with Standing Rock. But that didn't happen in Alaska, so I didn't particularly correlate it to it. And maybe in this story, I can read it and share it as well. And maybe I'll get more insight on it. It does seem to go along or had come up during this time. Talking about, it says Juno has fallen as it is written, those dastardly villains from the rogue planet and the cinders. So, there's some really interesting comments in here of the story. And so, anyhow, that's something to look at. And then the other things that were brought up, we talk about Mengelin, and we've talked about Mengelin in the past because because Jimmy was abducted. We saw Mengele on the ship. I saw him look at me, and then he went right down my timeline and started messing around with my timeline. And just for looking at him, that's why I tell people this: if you're going to do this work, be prepared. It is dangerous, and you can try to use your prayers and your stones and all these other type of talismans to protect yourself, but it really doesn't work. I mean, you need to just either make a commitment to do it and recognize that you're going to have to deal with some of the struggles regarding it, and that's the universe. That's the inconsistency or volatility of the astral space, and you never know who's going to show up. It's very unpredictable. That's why you need to be careful. But anyhow, so the other thing is we're dealing with the issues of karma, and karmically, both of us have all this sheet music around us, so we're all kind of accomplices or assisted the corporation in whatever happened to these people, whether they were innocent or not. We shouldn't have been involved in it. And so, of course, I asked for forgiveness, he asked for forgiveness, and we tried to resolve these issues. So that's part 2. And so there's a part 3 coming up.
Okay.
I'm seeing some of these glass doors.
Glass doors.
Yeah. It's like a sort of futuristic looking doors. Like doors within doors within doors or something. Very weird looking.
Let's ask the guys what the hell this shit is, because it's like, what?
I'm going in, just hold on.
Okay.
It's dark on the other side. Very dark.
The other side of the doors, you mean?
It just looked like I was looking at, it's kind of like a cement walkway that led up to this multi-crystal doorway. And then when I went on the other side, it's like black. It's like I'm going into that black space.
You think that's like the the glass doors are like the separation between the light and the dark?
Possibly. It's waving. It's moving. Almost like that. I don't know if I can walk on it.
So you're in the other side right now where it's dark?
Yeah, I'm beyond the doors. Oh, they just moved me. Jeez.
Who moved you?
I don't know. I just moved in probably about 15 feet.
And what
It's very weird.
was
It's
that?
almost like I'm standing
That?
up, not.
What
It's like
moved you? I mean, why are they doing that?
it's like I'm standing on a living organism. Like it's like this giant something that it's not like a regular ground. It's like moving, breathing.
Oh, geez.
It's like a trap. Either that or they're trying to scare me out of here. Ah, it's an illusion. This is wow.
Don't
This is all illusion. It's like I'm in a flat area. I'm only like a few feet away from the doors, but yet I'm further in at the same time, and it's collapsing. It's going down. That is crazy.
Oh, what is doing this to you, Jess?
This is Mobius.
Man.
They're illusionists.
Don't they know they can't scare you by now?
No.
They keep trying. Huh?
Now I'm in a cathedral.
I didn't hear what you said. What was that?
Now I'm in a cathedral, and there's this guy wearing like a black outfit, like a Ku Klux Klan outfit, but it's black, like the pointed hat.
Ugh.
But it also reminds me of the My Chemical Romance. They have kind of black group there. What am I looking at? I'm seeing number code. I saw the 666. on a cement block.
That's not good. I mean, it's mark of the beast, supposedly. I don't know. Maybe it's the opposite of that. I don't know. Damn,
Mark.
freaky shit.
Yeah, Mark Mobius. It was a Mobius that I went through.
Just now,
Yeah.
right. You knew it was. They were messing with you, trying to scare you.
Well,
They don't know who they're fucking with. That's why we talked tonight. We had to do this. Damn.
someone by the name of Myron. Myron.
What about him? I don't know anyone by that name, but what about him?
And then I saw like Chase Bank.
Chase and
Is there in New York City, Chase Bank and
Chase Manhattan, it's called. Right? Chase Manhattan Bank.
I'm touching like this I don't know if it's called sandstone or I don't know why I'm
Kind of like that thing in the middle of the screen there. That you still haven't gotten rid of.
no. Yeah.
Yes, get rid of that.
Yeah.
I
Above
think
that
it might be
was
hurting us. I don't know if it is, but it might have what's his name in there?
Poseidon.
Yeah. Does it?
Oh geez, my fingers went right through the sandstone.
Oh.
Dude. Right.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, now it's tunneling. I'm tunneling down.
Down into the earth.
I'm telling them I want out. They can't hold us there anymore.
Were you tunneling into the earth, Nat?
Yeah,
Beth?
I went into the building through the building and it went down into a curving tunnel. My head feels cold. Oh, that is weird.
I'm taking notes and I'm trying to get all the important things there, Jess, but I can't write all this down. It's like shit, man.
Going downstairs, but it feels like I'm going up and down at the same time.
Up and down the staircase.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's just everything looks like an alternate, like a mirror. And I'm going down and I'm seeing this mirror to the left of me. But I don't see my reflection in it. Like as if it's not really a mirror, it's something else.
Can we get you out of here, Jess? Can we get you out of here? Because this is just.
No, I have to keep going.
Oh, okay.
Find out why.
You're searching for something. Okay. I just thought it was completely fucking with you and.
No, there's this being. I just saw a black face and pointed horns. And then I saw a bee, like a bee creature, a large one.
Like a humanoid bee?
Sort of, yeah.
Or a bee?
Humanoid bee.
Whoa. Damn. That's crazy. But it's not like it's too crazy for me to accept. I mean, I do accept that there's beings, other species, intelligent beings. All right, there's some Jimmy. I knew I had some on there. Yes.
Yeah, I'm still walking through. I heard something about the glaciers are gone now.
Whoa.
That
What actually gone on the planet in 3D in the present day, present moment? I mean, they've been melting them, but I didn't know they were melting all of them.
just got out. I'm on the city street again.
What city?
New York City.
That's not the place to be right about
I'm
now.
dressed like a little boy. I've got like a little cap on and knickers and uh, argyle socks.
Is this in
Pair
a
of brown
different? Is this
shoes.
different line?
Yeah, something I just changed into a little boy and I'm
What's
carrying a newspaper.
what's the
And
timeline?
there's a gun inside the newspaper.
Oh, must be mob time, which is any time really. The mob has been running shit for a long time.
Geez, it looks like Biden. I'm giving that to Biden.
The who? Biden.
Speaking of Biden, what the hell is he doing here?
Who knows? It's probably another incarnation of
I
him.
heard Whitey, and then I saw Biden.
White,
Yes, I
white.
was thinking Whitey Bulger. Jeez,
Yeah. That's what I thought of when you said Whitey.
I gave
So
it to him.
maybe Biden was
He
a.
acted like he gave me a coin, but it was like nothing. It was a fake coin. He didn't even pay me. I went over and kicked him in the leg. Told him to give me my money.
So was
He told
Biden like a
He's
expression
telling
of
me to
like.
get away. Wait a second, I want to get my money from him.
Hmm.
He gave me. He just threw a bill out, but he didn't know what it was. It was like a $50 bill.
Is that good?
Yep. But yeah, I mean, having me do some kind of felony thing,
What the
put
hell's
me up.
going on here, Jess?
I don't know.
What are you looking for here? It's like
There's
what?
there's a fish market now. I'm going to a fish market.
So is Whitey Bulger and Biden connected?
It's so weird. It's almost like they went one into the other.
Well, maybe they're a soul aspect of each other or something.
Yeah,
That might be. Bulger's from your part of the world.
yeah. Why am I going to? I'm looking at them and they're wrapping up some fish in a newspaper, calling me kid. Yeah, they gave me another gun. What am I, a gun runner?
Yeah, maybe. Unless you know how to use them.
This is the time of Truman. I just saw it.
Okay, so that's in what late 40s, early 50s, not even
Yeah,
like late
something
40s.
just hit my ankle.
Hmm. That's right after World War II.
Another kid just kicked a stone at my ankle. He does the same thing that I do. He's like a runner of some sort.
So why did he kick that?
To get my attention.
You got to go smack him and let him know. Don't be doing that. That hurt.
He's just trying to get my attention. It's like we don't get to play much.
Hmm.
I don't know why I'm working like this.
This is one of the strangest sessions we've ever had. I mean, this is like, whoa, 527.
They're having me drop this off.
They're having you what? Drop the what?
Drop this. They're having me drop off the fish at the post office.
Oh,
That is weird.
and it's got a gun in it?
You know how they had those like counters that lift up and then they go down?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the guy came out from underneath it and thanked me, gave me some coins, some stamps,
The fish has a gun in it, right?
like those collector stamps, whatever, and I put them in my pocket.
Well, Jess, the fish has a gun in it? You
Yep.
said? Okay.
Hmm.
So you're running gun.
They did that so no one would think to look at the fish, because it would smell.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty slick.
Something hit me again. Um,
Something doesn't want you saying this stuff, Jess, 'cause this must be
no.
important.
I'm getting this like weird cool feeling on the top of my head.
Hmm.
I don't know, it's weird. I don't know if I like that feeling.
Is that not good?
No, it might be something targeting me. I have to be careful. I'm in a Mobius space or something.
I put some protection on you today, so I hope it's working. From any harm whatsoever.
I keep on seeing Truman now.
Hmm.
They had me open up a door, and then the ETs went in and talked to Truman.
So, who had you open up a door?
ETs did. Might even be Council of Fives involved.
Hmm.
Uh, all right, so they're taking care of that. I'm going out the
So, are
door.
we going back in history here and seeing what actually happened back then, or what?
I guess. I guess I didn't know I was part of
That's
this.
what it sounds like. Because I heard that, or I've read that Truman had some contact with ETs, and that, not sure about JFK, but and I understand that Trump probably has too. I don't know. I mean, hell, I hope so.
I don't think Biden doesn't belong in our reality. And people think that he's like simple-minded or he's uh
He's like, old and shit,
no,
old and
he's gonna trick
senile.
people.
Huh?
He's gonna trick people
Well,
because he's
I
not.
don't see it. He's been a known offender, just in public. Those pictures I saw you put up the other day, I've seen those before. I mean, he does it right in public. He isn't even
Yep,
trying to hide it.
because he's not from here. He's not even supposed to be in our reality. He snuck in.
Well, hell, what do we do?
He's like an intruder in our reality, the entity in him.
Oh, no wonder Trump's so worried about it.
Yeah, he's like tricky.
Because Trump,
Because we think it's a no-brainer, right? That this guy's going to just screw up because of some of the indiscretions that he's done, and he's just sort of like baffling everybody.
well, I think people are looking at his VP candidate because they don't really expect him to make it through a presidency if
Yep,
he were to get in there because they're talking about if he's going to have a African American vice president and you know all that kind of talk because he's vulnerable at his age. Let me tell you, I don't
I
want
really
to.
like. I saw a side of him that was like, yeah, not
So,
right.
so what's he's got everybody's got a part to play, right? So what's his part? He's got to be here for something. I mean, he should be a retired congressman or whatever the hell he was, and now he's running for president.
I just went through a multi-dimensional door,
Mm-hmm.
and I see he's waiting for me. He said, "Hey kid, where are you going?"
Ooh, Biden.
Biden.
Okay, well go talk to him, and if he puts his hands on you, just kick him in the balls.
I just said, "Who are you?"
Really? Who are you really?
He said, "Don't talk back to me, kid."
Uh, Let him know who you are, Jess. I mean, that's somebody you can talk down to.
I just told him you don't have permission to be here.
Well, who is he really? He's not Joe Biden. He's something else. Somebody else.
The
Cocaine.
devil.
The devil. Oh
Yeah.
shit. Satan.
Yeah. Son of a bee, right? For crying out loud. I
Damn. That's
He
pretty
comes
deep,
in
man.
making him look like he's well, I mean, I've seen a few different ones, but he's definitely one.
Who told you that, Jess?
I just heard it.
From who? I
I
mean,
heard it was like my higher self
your
identifying.
higher self. Oh, wow. Damn. Who? So now that's not Lucifer, right?
No,
Or is
no,
it?
definitely
I
not.
don't see. I don't. I mean, of course, they lump
That's
those
why
together.
that's why I saw the 666 on the what do you call it? On the building.
Yeah. Well, Satan is just something the Catholic Church came up with.
I'm putting my hand in and take a look at that bill that he gave me.
Satan's not a created being with a soul, right?
It's turned transparent. The bill that he gave me turned transparent.
Hmm.
Like it's starting to turn into like plastic or something.
Hmm.
That is weird.
So what's Biden want to talk about here?
I just told him, I said, give me my money. Let's see what he says. He just said you'll get your payment soon enough.
Hmm.
See that?
Yeah, promise to pay.
Or promise he was threatening me.
Hmm.
I pulled out a lighter and I lit the lighter. I don't know why.
But I mean, you're not lighting anything up.
No, I just lit the lighter in front of him like I just want to take a look at him.
Oh,
There's no lighters at that time. I don't know why I have one.
what? Back in the 50s? Yeah, there was 40s, 50s.
Was there?
Yeah, they had Zippos back then,
Yeah.
and they didn't have the kind we got now. But
This one looked like it was metal.
right, Zippo. You know what a Zippo lighter is?
Yeah. Mhm.
You're not that young.
His face changed. It got really dark. Dark lines, shadows.
What do we do about this, Jess? I mean, are we supposed to take him out or what? He's just a thought form as far as I know.
No, I don't think so.
He's a soul. He has a soul.
No, he's an entity.
He was created.
Oh, now he's sitting on the devil's armchair. There we go. There we go. It's Asmodeus.
Asmodeus.
There we go. Yeah. And I went to the devil's armchair. I wanted to take a look at that thing.
Where is that?
It's in France.
Oh, so it's Asmodeus. I mean, As, who's Asmodeus? An angel? Sounds like an angel name.
No, definitely not.
Demon?
Yeah, more like it.
Hmm. Created by Satan? Or...
He said there's something about the mark, and then the mark, and then I was thinking Mark Mobius.
Mm-hmm. So that you're saying that's who
Now I'm in a
Biden
field.
is? Biden is
Yep,
really Asmodeus?
yep. Now I'm in a field. I'm in an open field. There's nothing around. It just you can see for miles. It looks like if it was some kind of field, a lot of the grass is almost dead, like it's getting close to winter, or things just don't look very good.
Mm. Mm. Well, why did you leave
I'm asking Rodan to take them out.
Asmodeus?
Yep.
Okay. Rodan hasn't complained about me, has he?
No.
No.
Oh, then I just fell. I
Whoa.
don't know why. I just tripped backwards, and there is Mark Mobius behind me,
Mm.
and then he disappeared.
Did he knock you down?
And there you are.
What am I? Am I helping you up?
You were trapped.
I was what?
You were trapped. You and a bunch of other people.
Mm.
You're trapped behind some kind of post or something. These are all the people that were trapped by that reality, that Mobius reality.
It was a different timeline.
Okay, I just
You
opened
guys are
something up.
tricky.
No, it's like, when you go to like a concert or a big thing and they have those metal, like, what kind of fencing, a low kind of blockade,
Yeah.
and then it
Yeah.
opens up.
Keep
So
you
he
away
has
from the
to have
stage. Yeah.
like a turnstile.
Hmm.
Some of them have a turnstile. Yeah, it was like that. And then I just opened it all up, and then everyone just sort of disappeared, like they went back to where they belong.
Oh, that must have been a part of my soul coming back home. Cool. And other people too.
A whole bunch of other people.
Wow. That's cool. You know, hell, man. Yes, you are
Okay, I'm
coming
walking
close to
back
this.
towards that crystal door.
You didn't say it was crystal.
Well, or
You just said glass. Glass
yeah,
door.
there's a sort of crystal glass,
Hmm.
different.
Okay. So you're going back there.
I'm going to ask to have everyone return back to their proper place and time, and that this place ceases to exist.
False reality anyway.
Yeah,
It's meant to deceive.
it feels like Truman was under control of something else, so he made the wrong decision, but it wasn't really his fault
He was mind controlled.
because Biden was there.
Hmm. I don't know. Biden was probably alive back then, but he wasn't very old. At least this Biden.
Yeah, he looked old. He looked the way he is now.
Hmm. We have all these pieces of our soul, though. They're split off from the soul, and isn't that true? We have these aspects of our soul that are doing different things, living different lives. You know, am I right about that? I mean, that's the way I understand it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Finding them everywhere.
Exactly.
Finding them everywhere.
These are
Yes,
these are
everywhere we
not
go.
these are not ordinary realities.
Yeah, I had no idea. How the cabal has been working our entire lives, both of us. Um, to try and keep this change from happening. Because it's been. I look back in history and I see, there's a couple of times when it really could have happened, but it was interfered with.
I don't know
And
why I'm looking at 2014.
hmm,
I think that was the change. Remember, I think I was looking up all the different things that happened in 2014. There was a time change.
hmm. We switched timelines right there.
Yeah,
And I've heard it was 2012, December 21st. Um,
no, 2014.
we were on a negative timeline and we switched over to a positive. I mean, that's what I heard, that we were over to a
Well,
positive.
it's convenient to say 2012 because that's on the Mayan calendar,
Right.
but I'm seeing the
Exactly.
time change to 2014.
But as we know, nothing really happened at that time that we could see.
No, I
Um,
knew it was going to happen afterwards. It was kind of like a
so that's
decoy.
when the timeline switched. But did it switch to positive? Because it was definitely on a negative.
Yeah, but we have to keep switching positive. It's almost like it's not 100%
We have to keep
because
renewing.
we were rolled back multiple
We have to keep,
timelines.
we have to keep renewing it, right? Just every day, just renew it, make it work, and make it reality. What was the date in 2014? Yes, do you have
Oh,
that?
Rogan's there. He's looking at me.
Who?
Ro
Rodan? Who Rodan?
told me not to move.
Yeah.
It's like a timeline just went past me, like sailing past me
Hmm.
on my left side. Almost like a train, but it was like this. It was, like half of everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
The sky, everything moved.
Wow.
Ground.
Whew. You are really getting into it tonight. I certainly don't know what it means, but point, but I'm sure it will.
Now I
At least,
see you, Jimmy. I see you wearing these oversized brown pants. You got your
Mhm.
hands in your pocket and a plaid shirt, like blue and brown plaid shirt. You might have overalls on, not overalls, I mean suspenders.
Mhm.
And you're standing outside of like a little variety store, talking to people when they come walking by.
Mhm.
Not like a beggar or anything, but like other people would then go there, hang out and talk.
Just hanging out, right?
Yeah, having a cigarette. 1943.
Hmm. That's 10 years before this one was born. 1943.
I heard the name Clayton. Clayton. Clayton.
Right? But that's who I was back then? Right?
You're Billy Jones. You were Bobby. There was some by the name of Billy Jones, Bobby Creighton, uh, Jeff Elsway, Todd Ingram, smoking Marlboro cigarettes, and you have a little bit like a whiskey glasses.
Am I just a young boy here or what?
No, you're not really young. You're in your 20s or early 30s.
Hmm.
I heard something like Muskogee.
Now, this is during the war, so, I mean, most of the young kids were over there fighting in World War II. I mean, what's up?
You might have been too old, like in the 30s or something.
Oh, maybe, yeah,
That
maybe. But even guys in
Muskogee,
the
that
30s,
might
I
be
think, they were taking everybody back then. Hell, they were worried about them Nazis, Japanese.
Muskogee.
They were taking ball players, man. They had Ted Williams in the Army, Air Force.
There's a Muskogee County in Georgia, probably in Georgia. I think some of you you were rejected by the military. Health issues.
Maybe we had some physical deformities or something.
Something, yeah.
Because I don't think they were too picky back then. They were just sent to the damn meat grinders. Really? So what's this mean? What's going on here? We got a purpose here. I don't know what it is.
You witnessed some kind of lynching.
Hmm. Just witnessed one of them the other day. Cops that killed that guy in Minnesota.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
But some of that,
This just made me sick. I have a lot of black friends, and I know how that hurts them.
this is not a normal system that we're in right now.
No, I know. It's fake.
But also some of the pictures were faking, they were making it look like someone was black and they were white or vice versa.
You talking about that
I
situation
don't know
there? So
that picture, not the one.
that's not the only one. There's been a bunch of
There's
them
been
lately.
another one that didn't look right. It looked like the guy had white legs and it was weird. You don't know that if it's like propaganda, it feels like. But yeah, of course it affects
Well,
all
everything, man,
people with
everything we see is bullshit. I mean, it's just that's what I mean. I don't know what to accept and what to decline, and I'm trying to use my discernment. But
well, it
it's like
looks like you stopped the lynching and it wasn't the KKK or anything. It was just like local guys.
it was the
And you
cops.
stopped it. You guys jumped in and you stopped it. No, this is what I'm looking at right now.
Oh, oh, you're talking the one
Yeah.
back in the 40s.
Yeah, you told the guy to get out, like and sent the other guy home and you gave him some money and helped him to get back. guess he got beat up or something.
So I help.
Yeah,
Okay, but
trying to see what they're having us look at here. It was a test.
the test for who?
Yeah,
For me?
Mobius.
Oh, testing me?
Yep, to see if who would help.
Oh, that put me on their shit list. Oh, okay, I got it.
No, it made them want you to work for them.
Hmm. Well, I'm not working with them anymore. If I have in the past, I want nothing whatsoever to do with Mobius anymore.
I'm seeing like this blue card in your hand, like a ticket.
What is that?
He told you to go up to some to the dock. Is that dock again?
Hmm.
Remember you were driving that boat before.
Hmm. And there's a lot of symbolism involved with that shit too. Doc, law of the sea, all that bullshit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
That they have us operating under, and we don't even know it. You know?
A
Well,
guy came up on a little like a boat, small boat, like a motorboat. He took
what
the ticket from you and then told you to get in the boat.
did I?
You were ready to, go the other way, and the guy started yelling, "Come on, we don't have all day." You didn't want to look like you were a coward, so you got in. And they took you to this little island. I think it was like a bootlegging. And they had some people, like slaves, working over there.
Sex slaves, children, real
No,
young.
no, or like people that were both poor and people of color, having them work there. I think they were paying them, but they didn't let them leave the island. They had them stay there and work because they didn't want anyone to know about it. They sent you over there to work, and they didn't let you come back for about 2 years. And the reason why you came back is because they end up legitimizing the company and um, having control politically, so that they didn't have to do that anymore.
What company is it?
I don't know. I just saw a black label,
The beer.
but I don't think they made black label beer over in Georgia, did they?
I'm not sure where they made it, but you've heard the name before, right?
It might be more of a hard liquor.
All right, it
But
just might be a black label, but it's something else. Beer.
yeah, or they could have shipped it out. I don't know.
Mm.
Oh,
Beer.
geez, they had some opium.
Not too much more addictive than that.
I don't know if this is our reality or like another, or like a pocket reality.
But they used opium in China and I think India. No, India. The British. They they got the population addicted to it, and then kind of took them over because they were all fucked up. That's how they were able to take India. I don't remember when that was, but probably 1800s or something. Because opium, I mean, they're still using it today. It's heroin and um, these pain pills that everybody's addicted to. That's why they're in Afghanistan to protect those poppies. What are you getting, Jess?
Still looking.
Man, when you get that quiet, I get worried. I know you're seeing some crazy shit.
It was almost like that, you didn't have your own life. Everything was wrong.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm a robot or something, going wherever
Hmm.
they tell me and doing whatever they tell me to do. Yeah. If I was a priest in all these previous lifetimes, that's the same kind of shit right there too.
Looks like you got really sick because they wouldn't let you go. You weren't able to do what you want to do. Like you lost your freedom,
I'm a slave.
sort of like a slave. Yeah.
We all are, Jess. I don't like to realize that, but I see that's how they've set this shit up.
Yep.
You know, where they just take shit from us. They look at all these interferences we've had working
Yep.
together. You know, all these things that are coming in on us and doing shit to us, and we don't even know it. I mean, you tell me it's happening, and then I find out. But I mean, I had no idea. And I know that freaked you out when you found it out too. You know, they're fucking with you just like me. So
Well, they've done it with everybody.
right, but I
Now,
mean,
you,
but they come after us especially hard because of our lineage or whatever the hell it is. You know,
for some reason it shifted, and now I see you up by a lighthouse, like you're like in Gloucester or something. You got like a raincoat on. It's like you got away, but then they just had their
say
eyes on
Klaus
you there. Gloucester.
at what Scotland?
No, it's like actually Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. Klaus is that
Gloucester.
it's GOUS
GLOU
Oh,
C
S STLR ER
CESTER, like yeah, something like that.
Gloucester, Mass. Okay, we're getting close to home now.
Yeah, it's like you're over a White House. No, it's GLOUCESTER. They have fun.
What am I doing by this lighthouse? Is there some significance to this?
And they had some bigger operations. They had you work in there. And you died around the age of I don't know, you look like you're in your 80s, but I think you're much younger. In your
Um,
40s,
40s?
early 50s. Yeah, you look old.
Oh,
Or just under like that kind of stress and you don't have much of a life.
yeah. And all you're doing is escaping pain or escaping
Yeah.
memories or whatever.
I
Yeah.
want you to pull yourself out of that reality.
Okay.
Completely pull yourself out. Yeah, don't consent. I don't agree to any of these agendas.
I don't consent. I don't agree to any of these agendas. Uh,
I'm going to ask that everyone that was involved in this reality, this pocket reality, be removed. I don't think this was an organic reality. Let me just check.
yeah, let's collapse that. And get rid of it.
Everyone just got pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
That belongs in our timeline. And anyone that doesn't belong in our timeline, bring them up. High Court, Rodan, or somebody to deal with them.
Man, look at all the crazy shit they got us involved in. Just fake, made up shit.
Yeah, but it was playing out. You were
Right.
living your
That's what I'm
life
saying. They
here.
had us involved in it, but we didn't know. So
Yeah,
how can we do anything about it? But
yeah.
okay, so we collapse
Mhm.
that reality, that false reality. Okay, that's good. Release those souls because they were trapped in that bullshit.
Absolutely.
How many sold? You know?
Thousands,
Wow.
thousands got pulled in.
Wow.
I think it had to do with that reality that Biden was in.
What are we doing with Biden? We gonna take care of him? I mean, if it's Satan, I don't know. We gotta do something special for him or what?
Yeah, I already did.
What? You slick Shiva on
No, no, it was the
him?
husband Reyes. Oh, we dealt with them earlier. I had
Right.
brought in.
So what do we do with him?
I brought him to Rodan.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I didn't remember you saying that. Thank you.
You know, I would never have thought of Biden as like a devil. I mean, I think I mean he just looks like a dirty old man or something.
Right. And he's like 77 years old, I think. So, he's not.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely he's creepy. There's no doubt about it, but you
Well,
don't
right.
see that
I mean, all you
scale
got
of
to do is look at
evil.
those videos. You can see. I mean, he does it right out in the open, right in front of the kids' parents and shit. I mean, like
Well, yeah,
what?
they're sitting there taking. He makes his moves while the people are taking pictures. It's weird.
Right. And obviously the parents are mind control because they're not doing anything about it,
You're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm posing for the picture and I'm in really,
or they think
important
nothing
place
of it.
right
I
now.
mean, they have to see what he's doing. You know, whatever. I just I want to see all these assholes that are doing this shit and getting away with it and flaunting it like that. I want to see them taken care of. Deal with them. They need to answer for their crimes.
Well, the
Heavy
first time
crimes.
I saw him doing that stuff, I was like, I mean, oh, I'm wondering if that's his granddaughter or grandson. And then even still, then I'm saying, wait a minute, what is he doing? You know,
Right.
it was like it was extremely
Creepy as
inappropriate.
hell. Yeah, it's creepy as hell. These political fuckers have been doing this shit for years.
I know.
It's like what the hell? They get paid to do this, as a matter of fact. The way they look at it, I guess, because that's what they're doing while we're paying them.
It's almost as if they're so used to doing whatever they feel like doing that when they get to a point in age where there's borderline dementia or whatever, they lose control over their awareness of who's watching them. So their hidden behaviors become more public.
Well, and the whole story that they have to tell us what they're doing right in our face and stuff, and I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, well,
These
a lot of
these
people
fuckers are so arrogant they think they can just flaunt it in our face.
they
Not
don't
just
care.
Biden.
It's
I
like,
don't just mean Biden. I mean all the ones who control him and behind him.
yeah,
We need to stop that. Yes, we need to get this shit the fuck off this planet. I mean, I can't stand living on a planet knowing that that's going on. I know
yeah,
you can't either. I know you can't either. And we need to stop it. And whatever we can do, you and I together, we have a lot of. I've gotten a lot of confidence from working with you, knowing that we can really make a difference,
yeah.
and we do every time we talk.
Mhm.
So what's next? Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you. You're flowing tonight, girl.
There's a potential that they destroy the world. I'm looking at what it looks like. There's nothing.
What? That they succeeded in destroying the world? You're seeing
Yeah.
that? Oh, okay. Well, fuck that. That ain't happening. There
No,
was
that's a
potential for it.
potential. That
Right.
doesn't mean that is our only option. That's a
Right.
potential.
But we're just seeing what they planned, what their plan was. And it's not happening. Sorry. Biden or whoever.
I don't even understand why they do this.
Because they know they're going down, and they're like a jealous boyfriend. You know, his girlfriend just told him that she's leaving him for somebody else, and he can't take that shit. He knows he's not going to have her anymore, but nobody else is either.
Do you remember that those lifetimes that you were with Zoroaster and he
No,
created like these sub timelines? These add-on timelines where he interfered with your proper timeline
no.
and redirected you into a false timeline that led to a dead end.
You're talking about some of our past sessions.
Yep.
Oh. I thought you were asking. No, I don't remember those, but I remember the sessions. Yeah, Zoroaster was definitely fucking with me. Mm-hmm.
You went down a dead end. The civilization takes a turn. It's like getting into like a little communal group, where the village, kind of goes off into their own thing. They become seemingly evolved. They're learning. They have access to Zoroaster.
Self-sufficient. Don't depend on any outside help.
Right,
Right.
but they probably have access to things and knowledge that the others don't. And so
Right.
they advance, but then they burn out, like they just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Or they all die or something, or they suicide out or something.
There were just too few of them to survive. I mean,
No, that's not it. He brings them down a false timeline.
mm-hmm.
So the timeline doesn't support the existence. And this is what they do is they get everyone on the earth hooked into a system that leads down to a dead end. And I saw a sign that said dead end on it.
Okay, well, fuck that. We don't want to be on one of those. And if I was ever involved with any of those, I want to break all vows, contracts, agreements, any connection whatsoever, oaths, blood oaths, in any dimension, time stream, in between parallel pocket universe, in between quantum space. And I thank thee for it is done, and I know it. With Zoroaster.
Yeah, no more false timelines with Zoroaster. I think we've had enough of his trickery and the way I felt like is they'd lead us down this direction and then they leave the planet or something, or they're removed from the planet and we're left with nothing. Like we just have this devastation here.
Right.
Yeah, we need to stop trusting the wrong ones.
Right. Well, I definitely do that, and it's done right now. See anything?
Everything's turning green again.
Wow.
Wow.
That's good.
Tree, these like little bushes and things started growing. And I'm seeing kids on bikes. Awesome. It's like a really nice park.
Right after I said that?
It was a barren field that looked like it had nuclear fallout. That's what I was looking at with a sign. It was a wooden sign that said dead end on it.
And after I did that revocation, it turned green, just like that.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I could just
maybe you were carrying one or some of those dead end timelines.
Yes, I could just picture that, Jess. I mean, that's
yeah.
Great. That's something I just it's gratifying to me. If I can be involved in something like that, it's like wow. I feel so good about that. Damn, that's sweet. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. I think we're done, Jimmy.
Okay, so we're at the completion of 3 transmissions or sessions that I did with Jimmy. And during this time, I started to look at a very weird space. I literally am in this space that is, I believe, connected to Mobius, because I go through this door, which it looked like it was multi-dimensional. It had many layers to it, and it was glass, or it could be crystal. And when I walked through it, it just sort of happened and unfolded. Jimi makes reference to the sandstone image that I have on Skype, and it's literally a sand art of a girl and with long hair and a bunch of ETs around her. So I've had that on my Skype for quite a while, and we thought, well, maybe this might connect me to Poseidon. And he suggested, well, when are you going to get rid of that? And I said, all right. Well, I kept on forgetting, but the topic of sandstone came up, and here I am in front of this space that it looks like sandstone, or the base of it's sandstone, and then there's another kind of stone. I don't know if they call it brownstone or whatever is called in some of those buildings in the city. And I see Chase Bank, but it's I can't tell what time period it is, and we're assuming that it's New York City somewhere. I go to touch the sandstone, and my hand goes through it, which is really weird. Also, I see the number 666, which, if you're worried that, you're going to go into a satanic place, well, technically I did. Not just trying to, but I know that I had to resolve something, and that made me think about the system, that the corporation that's being run and how it's being run, and who is in charge, essentially. The weird space that I go through, where it's kind of moving, it doesn't look like it's solid ground, and then I realized that the curves and the unusual space that I'm in is actually a Mobius, which is the movement that, I don't know if it looks like a figure 8. When I get past all of that, I encounter this man that reminds me of Joe Biden, and I just think it's odd that he's there. But I recognize his encryption. It seems very similar to the encryption, whatever walk-in, that he is here, he is there. And have this weird encounter with him, and this weird thing with money, which I thought was strange. And I, find myself also being involved with the whole Truman incident, where the ETs came in, and I'm not sure as a child if I had open up those portals, or if I was somehow connected to something that enabled me to open those portals, but then the ETs came in and tried to give sound advice, or it just sort of happened at the same time. I'm not sure. They tried to get Truman to beware of nuclear wars and some other issues. I know some people say it's about plastics, creating plastics, and some other items that are non-recyclable, or they're not good for the planet. And so he was under some other kind of control. I just didn't think it was his fault that he wasn't completely getting it. But anyhow, wasn't fully involved in that. I just sort of opened the portal and kind of passed them. And then who do I see is this being that looks like Joe Biden again. And, just to challenge him and see who he was, and ask for the money, and see that there's issues in the money that I get from him ends up being, useless. It was like trickery. Everything was trickery, and he changes. And this is the distortion of these beings. It turns out to be Asmodeus. And then I recollect, how I actually went to the devil's armchair, and I was thinking about, the significant role of what Asmodeus is doing, and being in control or supporting these corporations, and giving them the depth of power that they have. And not knowing why I'm entangled in this in the first place, other than, they brought me in as a child and used me just like they used me as that woman working in the factory. And there had to have been some level of consent. I'm not going to say that I was entirely innocent, as many of us are. We're just trying to get ahead or trying to make ends meet. In this case, it looked like the little boys that were being hired to transfer guns and doing things that, little boys shouldn't be doing. They should be in school. But they had me doing that kind of work, and which was quite dangerous, but I don't know what my outcome was there. And then, as we progress, there's more things that come out regarding seeing the destruction of the earth again, and that's kind of the scenario that the ETs had when they went to Truman, and it's almost like a nuclear fallout, and all those people being trapped souls. And because Rodin removed this entity that was moving through, that took on the image of Biden, that there was this lightness, and that it sort of changed the future of our experience. So I guess that's it. I felt like I wanted to share with everyone because things do seem to be opening up, and every day is very strange because it's unusual and not typical to what we've seen probably for, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 years. I mean, not everything's been 100% predictable, but there have been few years in the past that have been as dynamic in activity as there has been in the past year or so. So, and even more so in the past 3-4 months, with an outbreak and all of these different government changes, and a very, very strange way that we're interacting with one another regarding so many different things, and social distancing and so forth. So, who knows? I don't know what the full impact will be by doing some of this work. My intention was to help Jimi, but Jimi was pretty much in there very deep. And I knew that there was a serious problem because these things don't just happen. And as the energy is shifting and accelerating or changing in a way where it's trying to rise up into 5D, that we are going through this discomfort of our karma, of anything that was unresolved. And so, for some people, it's a bigger impact. It's the earth is impacted by some of the things that they may be entangled with. And so that's what we're looking at here. And that's the reason why I'm sharing it. So I just want to say thank you. And regarding the Rocco Fowler, I don't know if he fully embraced or believed some of the stuff. I haven't known him long enough, but he's a great guy. And when I showed him that he was a politician once before, but he kind of got hit for trying to tell the truth and trying to expose some difficult things. And, we've seen that with the Kennedys, the way that the system was, and it's been going on for a very long time, especially in the U.S. And, with, since 1717, the Masonic Lodge and the Illuminati group, cabal, whatever you want to call it, if you do not go along with whatever the system is, then something's going to happen, and that was the case. And so as things are changing, people like Rocco and others who want to see the truth and want to do the right thing, I think there's an opportunity for all of us to do so. And we have better opportunities up ahead as we continue to clear and do our own personal work, and then also do the work for the planet. So I just want to say thank you for listening, and thank you for continuing to support what we do. We do this for you, and we want to see everyone experience the highest potential for humanity.